We're told that a cinematic film is just one purchase away, and we buy into it because, well, gear is fun and because we desperately want our films to look and feel a certain way. The belief is if we can get our films to a certain quality, that's going to mean more business, more money, more attention. And yes, while those things can be true, the problem many beginners face is investing in all this gear before they're ready for it, and even believing that you need all of these things to film a wedding properly. So you buy all the tools, and then you start drowning on the wedding day in decision fatigue, wrestling with your gimbal, stressing over your camera angles, wondering if this lighting setup looks good or not, all the while the photographer is over there with one camera and a fanny pack getting in every single one of your shots. Now, I'm not going to say that gear doesn't matter, because it does, but not in the way that we're taught to believe. Knowing which tools work for you and helps you tell a beautiful story without too much friction matters so much more than how many tools you have. Less really is more when it comes to filming weddings, which is why I've reduced my camera bag to practically nothing, and I've never felt more free to create solo on the wedding day. And the best part is, the quality of my films weren't diminished in any way. Filming weddings for over a decade, naturally, my camera bag has evolved. And maturing as a wedding filmmaker is just realizing that you don't really need all of the things that you think you do. You really just need one camera, one lens, a few audio recorders, and a place to carry them. But the responsible thing of me is to tell you that if you're just choosing one camera, the type of camera you get definitely matters. If you're just choosing one lens, the type of lens you use definitely matters. If you're just using a couple audio recorders, that matters more than your camera and your lens. If you're just choosing one camera, I'm going to recommend a full frame camera. So I use the FX3 as my main run and gun camera. It's great in low light, so if I didn't want to use lights on the wedding day, I don't have to sacrifice image quality to stay minimal. If I had to go with one lens, it would be between the 28-45 f1.8 or a 50mm prime. Primes just have faster aperture between 1.2, 1.8, and that is going to be so much better in low light scenarios, as well as giving you beautiful depth of field. Now, I love the flexibility of a zoom lens. It's practical, it makes a ton of sense, especially if you're a solo filmmaker, but at the same time, it's really hard to say no to a prime lens. But if I had to pick one, it would definitely be a 50. For audio gear, I have two Instamic Pro Plus Cs, one for the bride and one for the groom. I have two lavalier recorders, the Tascam DR10Ls, and then I have a Sony TX660 stick mic with a mic sleeve for the reception. Now, again, the responsible thing of me is to tell you that just because you're stripping your camera bag down on the wedding day doesn't mean that you shouldn't still be prepared. And the best way to be prepared is just to have a backup of everything.
All right, so everyone keeps talking about how content creators, they're taking over the wedding industry. And as wedding videographers, we don't really care to be content creators. But the reality still remains is couples want content. They want all of their memories. They want all the formats, and they want it fast. But what if I told you today's sponsor solves most of the content creator woes that we have as wedding videographers and even as photographers? And I'm talking about CrowdReel. This is by far one of the coolest add-ons that I've seen in a long time as a wedding videographer, and here's why. Every single guest has a phone out all day on the wedding. They're filming the ceremony, the dance floor, behind the scene moments, all those random candid interactions. But normally all that footage disappears into text messages, into Instagram stories, and let's be real, it's never seen again. But CrowdReel fixes that with one simple QR code. You send it to the couple, they print it, guests scan it, and all the photos and videos that they capture throughout the day, it's uploaded into one gallery that you get to send to the couple after their wedding. And as a wedding videographer, I love this because it's actually the easiest upsell ever. Couples don't have to spend thousands of dollars on a content creator. They can just let their guests be their content creator, and you, the videographer, get to be the distributor. There's no extra shooter, there's no one else that you have to work around on the wedding day, and suddenly you've added a couple $100s to your package with zero additional work. So if you're looking for a way to add value to your existing wedding packages without adding or completely changing your current workflow, check out CrowdReel.
For my camera bag, I am still using the Peter McKinnon Nomadic Sling Bag. I have the 8L version. They have 5, 8, and 13. Different sizes for different needs. So if you're looking for a camera bag, this is the one that I use at every single wedding. Now let's talk about camera accessories. Just as important as your camera and your lens, in my opinion, because this is gonna help add to the quality and the look and feel of your films. Starting with the most practical accessory that I never leave home without, and that is my monitor. I use the Viltrox A1 for filming weddings, and it's just been a great, reliable monitor that costs less than $300. It has all the pro monitoring tools such as peaking, zebras, waveform. It lets you upload your own custom LUTs if you want to monitor log to Rec 709, just so that you can see what the final output could potentially look like when you get home later on. It's been an awesome monitor. I have really no qualms or issues with it. So if you're interested in learning more, I'll have that link below. To power my monitor, I'm using the SmallRig MPF USB-C rechargeable batteries. These things are super versatile, long lasting. I never have to change my monitor battery on wedding day. And if I do, it's at the very end of the night when I'm just consolidating my gear anyway. But I have 2 of these just in case I need them, and they have been super reliable. And to power my camera, I have the SmallRig VB99 V-mount battery with the mounting plate from SmallRig as well, and the USB-C data cables from SmallRig. Everything's pretty much SmallRig at this point. But this has been my main power solution for an entire wedding day. I can't tell you the last time I actually changed a camera battery because of this solution. So if you haven't joined Team V-Mount for powering your camera on the wedding day, I highly encourage you to check it out. It has been a game changer for me. 100% recommend, even if it adds just a little bit of weight to my setup on the wedding day, it's 100% worth it. For the cage, I have the SmallRig FX3 cage. I'm not sure what model number it is, but I will have the exact make, model in the description below. One of my favorite accessories that I have on my camera is the Peak Design camera strap. This thing stays on me throughout the entire wedding day. From 8 to 9 hours, I have my camera right on my hip at all times, ready to go. It's secure, it's comfortable, even with all of the additional accessories. Just make sure when you buy the camera strap, you don't get the light version, especially if you plan on really decking out your camera. You want to get the main one so that it can handle all of that additional weight. I bought the light one the first go round. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't as comfortable as the main Peak Design camera strap. So I'll have that link down below if you're interested in learning more. The main filters that I use at every single wedding is the Polar Pro VND mist combo. Really the secret sauce within this filter is the mist. So I have the 1/8 strength version. If I get mist, I'm usually only doing 1/8 strength, not to overpower, just to soften a little bit, give me that cinematic glow that I love, and make my image just feel more dreamy and nostalgic. But this is my run and gun setup, the setup that I could film every wedding with, no problem, if this is the only solution that I had. Most videographers carry too much, and I say that as a videographer who still, from time to time, carries too much. I know the feeling that comes with all of the extra baggage, all of the extra gear, especially when you're solo. There's just so many different, more variables that you have to worry about when you're solo versus when you have a secondary. If you have a secondary, it's not as bad. Carry all the gear. But when you're solo, having a minimal setup is just so much more manageable mentally, physically, emotionally. And really, when it comes to filming weddings, I'm finding myself being more and more minimal at every single event. I will say, if you're solo, it's better to be prepared than underprepared. But that doesn't always mean to have all of these tools that you don't even use on the wedding day. It's really just to be intentional with your gear, to be intentional with your process, and to find what works best for you. If you're running into friction right now when you're capturing the wedding day, strip it back and see how that works for the next wedding. And little by little, add on new things that you think might help your process, might make your films feel more cinematic, might help improve the image quality, so that you just don't throw everything at the wind, put all this stress on you at the start. Because at the end of the day, the couple, all they really care about is having their moments documented. They just want it captured. And if that just means it's with one lens, one camera, as long as it's captured, that's all they care about. But that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful and valuable in some way, it would mean a lot if you consider liking and subscribing. Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you either way. And until next time, keep creating and telling beautiful stories. Peace.